In a time where fast fashion has dominated the clothing market globally, leading to devastating environmental impacts for the global south, now more than ever, there are unprecedented levels of separation between humans and the clothing they wear every day. Because of this, a novel curiosity has emerged in the collective Western consciousness, a desire to appreciate elite level craftsmanship, as well as how these organic fibers are touched throughout the process to bring you a high quality piece you begin to cherish. In a broader perspective, it makes complete sense why people are gravitating towards clothing that is made sustainably by skilled artisans. There is a mindfulness that is required to appreciate your clothing because you know how it was made, where it came from, and why it makes you feel better when you wear it. But it's clear that this way of thinking about the fabrics we wear would get in the way of destructive Western mindsets that require us to continuously consume. Well, I don't want to consume anymore. I want to bask in the artistic skill of hand embroidery. I want to feel the raw connection from weaving individual organic fibers into the fabric that drapes my body. And lastly, I want to relish in the delight the moment my body slips into lush silk and my warmth intelligently molds the fabric to the unique contours of my body. Everything that is natural is always in conversation with one another, and I suspect humans have become so alienated from this, they unconsciously yearn to remember that they are also organic to this planet as well. Entering the Three Silk Sisters boutique that fateful day embodied this yearning like no other. The family that runs the shop have such an extraordinary story, and their passion for Vietnamese silk led us to a silk village 1 hour outside of Hanoi, where we learned about how they joined their love of silk with sustainable business practices to share their Vietnamese heritage with the world. And in this Hanoi shop, we see a dedication to detail and a renewed concept of slowing down and creating timeless pieces that value skill and quality above everything else. This is a labor of love that you can feel when you touch one of their silk pieces. Vietnamese people have always held sericulture in high regard, as there are entire villages forged from the shared occupation of silk production. It is a lifelong commitment to master one skill that you rarely see, but the feeling of clothing weaved together by hand is such a sensuous experience you can't help but marvel at the artistry that informs a single step of the silk process. And it first starts with these eggs. In this air-conditioned room, these worms will feast on nutritious mulberry leaves until they are ready to cocoon. Mulberry silk is considered one of the best types of silks because the process of even growing mulberry leaves good enough for these worms is so particular. The attention to detail is really the key to high-quality mulberry silk.
But they're still eating. They still eat.
Oh, I can see hear it.
You can hear them?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Like you can see the eating the edge of the leaf.
Tầm protein đấy.
Oh, half.
Ăn này không thể béo được.
Đúng rồi.
Này,
Nắm chất đạm họ.
đạm đấy, toàn protein không fat, no fat.
Making
Yeah, no
progress.
fat.
Thầy bảo bệnh nhân giảm mỡ cả.
I can't hear them. It is through these cocoons that silk workshops are able to manually pull the silk strands to create these bundles. About 3,000 silkworms can produce 1 kg of silk. It is a painstakingly meticulous process. We first arrived at the silk village of Na Za, located over an hour away from the city of Hanoi, and were met with the owner of the Three Silk Sisters' main workshops that still produces the silk by hand. This is a relationship they have maintained for over 30 years due to their consistent delivery of high-level craftsmanship. After manually extracting fibers from the cocoon and drying them the old-fashioned way, they weave them together in these hand looms that require the same precision they employ to extract the fibers. The owner of the silk workshop explained why maintaining traditional practices in her workshop was so important, how it preserves the specialized skills passed down from previous generations, and how it gives her a sense of duty and purpose. After the fabric has been assembled, they are sent off to be dyed to the desired shade, a process that also requires a skilled hand to guide the process. And because the entire process is done by hand, there is a feeling that each Three Silk Sisters piece is unique. And that's because the love and passion they put into their family business is an authentic reflection of their own story. The Three Silk Sisters boutique was opened in 1995. The sisters Lien, Dung, and Thoi were taught how to sew from their mother, who instilled in them her love of fashion and silk fabrics. Each sister brought her own unique style and sensibility, all centered on their love of silk. From then on, they have persisted and expanded in a way that always stayed close to their original concept. It's something you must see to fully grasp. It gives me chills to think about how each sister has contributed a part of themselves to create this one unified brand. Since the first boutique opened, Dung has even opened up her own shop, Zung Silk, with creations that feel so similar, yet so eccentric and personal at the same time. Lian's son Chung and his wife Lan have also teamed up with her daughter Thu and have added another dimension to their family business by opening Three Silk Sisters Jr. that boasts a men's line inspired by Chung's own childhood experience of wearing silk clothing his mother made for him. They feel like their passion was passed down from their mothers and remain committed to carrying their vision through evolution. This is how they are able to remain true to their craft even as they find new ways to share their story and heritage with the world.
The reason that makes me want to start the main line is, first of all, I want to wear it. I want to feel how all the women in my family feel all the time, because the business has been around for 25 years, and my mom, my sisters, my aunties, and my wife, they all know how silk feel on their bodies. And so the first reason that make me started the main line is to understand how they feel. And when I first tried it on, and it feels incredible. It feels completely different than cotton or linen. So I love the color too. It's very airy and very breathable. And I thinking of maybe not just me want to experience this, and maybe I can put a hand in there and bring this product to like other men in the world.
First thing is personal. It's a bit personal for us because this is the family business. You know, I was born into this. I grew up with it. I grew up wearing silk and only silk. And it's something that I want to pass on to whoever. Maybe it's their child, maybe it's my child, even for the younger siblings even. And it's something I'm proud about, to be honest. It's important. It's a part of my identity, and I want to keep doing this instead of anything else that I get my degree for.
Tôi nghĩ rằng là bảo tồn cái ngành nghề truyền thống của lụa Việt Nam rất chi là quan trọng, bởi vì nó là một cái sự hồi tưởng và gìn giữ những cái phong tục của quê hương đất nước và con người Việt Nam từ xa xưa. Với bây giờ nó là kết nối về cái ngành nghề với các nơi, các đất nước trên toàn thế giới. Vì vậy cho nên cái chuyện bảo tồn cái ngành nghề truyền thống của Việt Nam là rất là quan trọng, là một nét gìn giữ của văn hóa Việt Nam.
Because of this, Three Silk Sisters have become enduring figures in the silk industry, as they have largely preserved the network of tailors, silk producers, and farms. These are relationships that have stood the test of time and have afforded them the creative freedom to develop a signature look that can't be easily replicated. Each dress is unique, imbued with love from every person that has touched the fabric.
So this is the dress. So why I like this, because I used to be really insecure about my body. I have a really big waist compared to Vietnamese girls, and this one makes me feel like more confident about my body. It's a sleeve dress, and with this style, actually you can wear it, if you make it short or like a midi dress, you can wear it to like all the occasions.
Wearing one of these silk dresses, then traveling to Na Za village to learn about how a single silk strand is produced, inspired us to see life as the culmination of the processes that you invest into it. It is how life and all possibilities exist, even in one single egg. When I think about the culture of convenience and instant gratification we have all become falsely attached to, I realize that the sheer act of persevering in traditional practices has become such a radical concept. That is why the story of Three Silk Sisters feels so special. It's how we knew that wearing one of their pieces feels like adorning our bodies with the dreams and aspirations of the skilled artisans whose hands touch each step of the process. It's what makes this family want to share the richness of Vietnamese culture with the world in the way that they can. hand woven into the fabric could be the story that will inspire you to shift your perspective on the processes you invest into every day. How radical is that? We want to thank Lan, Trung, and Thu, and most importantly, the three Silk sisters, Lien, Dung, and Toi, for inviting us into their lives to share their remarkable story. Their love for Vietnamese silk is something so infectious, so delightfully human. We had no choice but to tenderly examine our own relationship with the world we live in. Their boutiques are essentially celebrating the beauty in Vietnamese culture, while paying tribute to the traditional practices that made each exquisite silk creation possible. I think there is a powerful lesson in the process of extracting silk from these cocoons, and the journey these delicate strands take to become the dresses they offer in their boutiques. I hope more people take this as a sign to visit Three Silk Sisters boutiques in Hanoi and try on one of their silk pieces. I think the moment you slip into one of their dresses will be a profoundly gratifying experience for you. Thank you.